So today's question is, how do monks sleep? Or how monks sleep. I think I'm going to title this video, How Monks Sleep. Um, I'm not a monk. I've studied monks on the internet. Not that I really know anything about monks, but I studied Buddhism. I studied Christianity. I used to go to church where there was a priest when I was younger. And a priest is pretty similar to a monk. A priest is very similar to a monk. They just live a certain lifestyle, a very ascetic type of lifestyle, whatever. Not quite poverty, but sort of like a life just 1 inch above poverty. And they don't give in to all their earthly pleasures that other people give into. I'm not saying I want to be a monk. I don't want to be a monk, but there's certain parts of my lifestyle of being an asexual that is similar to be a monk. I am an asexual. Doesn't mean I'm going to be asexual the rest of my life. It just means up until this point in my life, I've been asexual. I'm almost middle-aged, and maybe I'll still be asexual when I'm middle-aged, and that's a possibility. But I have no plans to live a life as a monk for my entire life, or be asexual my entire life. But I could be asexual my entire life. There's nothing wrong with that. It's a possibility, and that would be perfectly fine. If it's my life to live, I get to be whatever type of person I want to be. All right, I get to make my own decisions. So I can be my own man. I can do whatever I want to do with my life. I'm an adult. I can do whatever I want. If I want to be an asexual, I can be an asexual. I'm not going to be a monk, but I could see myself being asexual for the foreseeable future, maybe until my 40s, 50s, 60s. Why not? Why can't I do that for most of my life, or all of my life, or maybe tomorrow I'll want sex and I'll go get sex, and you don't know what tomorrow is going to bring. But an interesting question is, how do monks sleep? Because I've been thinking about that a lot over the past few weeks. One of the things is your food doesn't digest as well if you don't have sex. And so you find yourself, through a lot of your life, sleeping way more than other people. Like, me personally, I've always slept way more than other people. I enjoy the sleeping land, the dreamland, more than I enjoy the real world. It's sort of like the Matrix, when they're all asleep in their bulbs and they're fueling the electricity of the world for the robots and the machines, and they're just sleeping in their infant cell, and their electricity from humans powers the whole world. And basically they're in this perma-sleep until they get woke. When they get woke, they go out of the... they escape the Matrix, and when you escape the Matrix, you find the real world outside, and you can go to, what is it called? Not Babylon. They don't go to, the city's not called Babylon, it's called Zion. They go to the city of Zion, which is in the real world. Maybe there's other cities, I don't know. But they go to the city of Zion, which is in the real world. They escape the Matrix, and they find life is a lot more awful than it is when they're in the Matrix. Because when you're sleeping, this is an allegory, by the way. This isn't real life. This is an allegory from Plato's The Cave. Because in the cave, I'm not going to tell the story of the cave, and I'm not going to tell all the stories of getting woke, or whatever you call it. There's a lot of allegories from history, or from philosophy about this, and from fiction about getting woke. I'm not going to tell you every allegory. You can look up Plato's The Cave if you want to. But if you like philosophy, you would know the story of Plato's The Cave. But it's what the Matrix is based on. It's the same concept of getting woke, or whatever. And I think about the term getting woke, or just the term woke, and I think about that sometimes when I think if I want to be like a monk, I would say, here's the deal, Daddy-O. Here's the deal. So this is like really confusing, so I'm gonna have to think about this and speak slowly and theory craft a little bit here. Like, I've always slept more than everyone else. Other people usually get about 7 hours of sleep at night. I usually get about 9 to 10 hours of sleep a night. On average, sometimes I get 12, 13, 14 hours of sleep, and sometimes I get like 7, 8, or whatever. Usually I get a lot of sleep, like a significant amount of sleep. And it's kind of scary when I think about actually getting less sleep, because I like sleeping. Sleeping has always been my favorite part of my day. Sleeping has always been my favorite part of my day because I get to dream when I sleep. But reality is a lot more brutal than sleeping, because you actually have to be here now, like Oasis says. Be here now. You have to be in this actual reality. And it's really scary to think about. So what was I going to title this video? How monks sleep. So like, it's really scary how to um, I've actually always slept too much, and I've always slept too much, not 2 months. I've always slept for too much, um, and that causes health problems. When I was younger, when I was a teenager, it caused back problems, and I only made the back problems better by my 20s. My back got strong enough where I could be okay. And now, in my 30s, I'm having digestive problems because I'm sleeping, partially because I'm sleeping too much. Um, and there's other ways to fix the digestive problems or the earthly pleasures, but I'm waiting for the right person, I think, to pursue that route. But I'm waiting for someone special to change me. However, on a monk path, if I want to continue down this Jedi path, uh, the deal is, how monks do this is they actually get less sleep than other people. So I just said I sleep more than other people, and monks actually sleep less than other people. So the reason why monks sleep less than other people is so they digest their food. I think they digest their food better when they sleep only 5 hours a night. I say this because my dad gets 5 hours of sleep at night. My dad, I don't think, has had sex since he left my mom, or since my mom left him. I mean, that was 23 years ago. My parents separated. I don't think my dad has had sex in the last 23 years. My dad's still alive. He's still okay. He's in terrible condition. He was homeless for 20 years, but he's in terrible condition. But he's figured out how to survive in a similar way that monks figured out how to survive. My dad's not a monk, but he's well-read. My dad is a well-read, intelligent person. He's more intelligent than I'll ever be. He's a better person. He's more caring. He's a better father than I would ever be. He's a better person than I would ever be. But what he does do is he gets 5 hours of sleep at night. Every night he gets 5 hours of sleep every night, whereas other people get like 7 hours of sleep every night. And I don't think my dad meditates, but my dad might do something like meditation. But yeah, you could say my dad meditates. I used to meditate before before I knew what meditation was. I would meditate, and now I actively, consciously meditate and use mindfulness to focus on my mind, focus on my body while I meditate. I've always meditated since I was a little kid. I've always uh, focused on inward and focused on introspection and sitting still, and I've always done that even before I knew what meditation was. I only knew what meditation was maybe 5 years ago. I kind of had an idea what meditation was 10 years ago, but I only really knew what meditation was like 5 years ago. And what you do when you sleep for 5 hours a night as a monk is you meditate the rest of the day. Let me say again, you meditate the rest of the day. You sleep for 5 hours a night, and there's a huge portion of the day that needs to be filled up. Here's what you're not going to do. You're not going to do drugs. You're not going to drink beer. You're not going to pursue activities that aren't healthy. You're going to meditate the rest of the day. And you can survive like this. Pursue introspection. Pursue balance. Pursue the force. Pursue perseverance. You pursue a lot of these deep concepts, these deep ideas, finding your center, finding balance, finding Satori. If you don't know what Satori is, look it up. It's a state of mind. It's sort of like peace of mind, but it's not exactly like peace of mind. It's a little bit different. And you should look up what the word Satori means if you're interested in studying Buddhism. That's one of the things you do when you meditate, or when you want to learn how to meditate, is you study Buddhism. You study philosophies, you study religions, you study things, you read, and it is a contemplative life. You live a contemplative life because that is the only life you want to live. I could live all different kinds of lives, but I choose to live a contemplative life. And this is what I want for myself. So, yes, monks sleep for 5 hours a night. And one of the hardest parts of sleeping for 5 hours a night is filling up your days with things to do. What is that, 5 hours a night? So that means you're going to be awake for 19 hours a day. So you got to fill up your entire day with things to do. That is off the wall, bonkers. You got to fill up your day for 19 hours with things to do, which, hell, I'd like to get about 10 hours of sleep at night and then have what is that? So it's 20 minus 6, 14 hours to fill up my day with of stuff. But now I've got 19 hours I've got to fill up my day with stuff to do, and that's the hardest part. That's the hardest part with sleeping for 5 hours a night. It's hard. It's hard because there's nothing to do. There's nothing to do for 19 hours a day. All you can really do is meditate. That's all there really is meditation. And that's all I know is meditation. I don't know how to do anything else, I don't know how to do anything else other than meditation. I don't think there is anything you can fill up your day for 19 hours. You can't watch 19 hours of TV a day. I've tried it. You can't watch 19 hours of TV because your brain just blanks out. It's just, you can watch 5 or 6 or 7 hours of TV a day, but you cannot watch TV for 19 hours a day because you will lose interest. At some point in time, you will lose interest in TV. You will lose interest in you can listen to music for 19 hours. I listen to music while I meditate, but you can't tweet all day. You can't send 1,000 tweets all day. Maybe you could send 100 tweets if you're in a good mood, but I've never learned how to do that. That's another goal, right? Is you get so good at meditation is you learn how to write. You learn how to write really well, and because once you get good enough at introspection, you can share with other people how you've come to these conclusions, or you can vlog or whatever. I'm vlogging right now, but this only is going to be a 15-minute video. You know what I mean? This is just going to be a 15-minute video. This is it. So I still have to meditate for 19 hours a day. Just because I record a 15-minute video doesn't mean, you know what I'm saying? You still got to fill up your day with things to do, and that's the hardest part of sleeping for 5 hours a day. And that's how you live as a monk. And by the way, that's not how you live when you're 20, okay? When you're 20, you're not going to get woke, okay? When you're 15, you're not. Maybe you can get woke when you're that age. Maybe you can get woke. Maybe you can reach all your heart's desires. Maybe you're ahead of the curve. Maybe you're a savant. Maybe you're way smarter than me. But for me personally, I'm in my 30s, and I hope to get woke in my 30s. I hope to reach self-actualization in my 30s. That would be nice. Because other than that, I don't know how I'm going to survive on this planet if I don't reach self-actualization at some point. Because this planet is just so awful. Living is so awful that I wouldn't know where to begin on how to keep living. If I don't reach self-actualization, I don't think I'm ever going to be woke. I think my health problems are going to drive me into the ground, and I'm going to be ruined. So, I think that's all I have to say. I'm going to be ruined. That's it. So that's about it. How monks sleep. The answer to this video I can answer in one question. Monks sleep less than everyone else. Monks sleep less than everyone else because they are woke. But the one sentence answer is monks sleep less than how do monks sleep? Monks sleep less than everyone else. That's it. They sleep less than everyone else. And I'm not saying you're going to do that as a teenager or in your 20s or a kid, maybe even in your 30s, but at some point in your life, you will learn how to sleep less if you want to be a monk. Or if you want to be asexual for your whole life, you will learn to sleep less than everyone else. Because in a lot of ways, you've got less economic opportunity, less financial opportunities than other people because your eyes don't work very well because you're a moron. But that's another story. So I think that's the end of this video. Is there anything else? Monks just sleep less than everyone else. And for me personally, the way my dad does it is my dad gets 5 hours of sleep at night. So basically, I need to transition from going from 10 hours of sleep at night to getting 5 hours of sleep at night. And how do I do that? Meditation. Does it hurt? Yes, it hurts. It feels like my body's going to break down every time I meditate for that long. It always feels like my body's going to break down, and it's hard. It's really hard to do that. Dude, it's totally hard. I wouldn't recommend this to anybody. I wouldn't recommend this lifestyle for anybody except for the 1% of the population who wants to do this their whole life. There is 1% of the population who do want to live this way their entire life, and do I want to be part of them? Maybe. Maybe I do want to do this the rest of my life. But the good news is this isn't like Star Wars where it's like Obi-Wan Kenobi tells Anakin, you took a vow of celibacy. You can't be with Padme. Well, you know what? I didn't take a vow of celibacy. I can change my mind whenever I want. I can have sex tomorrow. I could have sex right now if I wanted to. But I choose to live this way because, to me, I like to live a mystical life. I believe in mysticism. I'm like that rapper Mystical. Shake it fast. Watch yourself. Shake it fast. I know those aren't the words, but I don't want to use the A word. Not that that's a bad word. Shake it fast. Watch yourself. On the radio, they used to say "shake it fast," whereas the actual song is "shake your thing." I've been trying to curse less because, even though it's not a curse word. Oh, the joys of being asexual. Anyway, so if you want to be mystical, you want to be practice mysticism. You can meditate more. You can sleep less, and that's how monks sleep. Is they sleep less. And they focus on introspection and meditate and think of mindfulness. Mindfulness is the key part of meditation, is your mindfulness. Think of your mind, you think of your heart, you think of your body, and that's whatever. I'm not a Buddhist, I'm not a monk, but I studied some of these ideas. I'm not a Christian, though I was raised a Christian. I do have some Christian values, though I've gotten rid of half of them. Anyway, so that's it. That's how monks sleep. I think I've explained it pretty well in this video. You want to get woke. You might sleep a lot right now, but you want to get woke so you don't have to sleep as much. That's what my dad does. My dad's in his 60s and he's like sleeps for 5 hours a night. So I think he's taking some medication where he sleeps some more. I don't know. My dad's having problems, but my dad's in rough shape. But I'm not going to get on that subject. He has a lot of health problems. But so. Let me know in the comments below, what did you think about anything I just said? I was just telling you how monks sleep. Let me know in the comments below, how do you sleep? Do you sleep a lot? Do you sleep, like I sleep a lot right now. I'm trying to change the way I sleep because otherwise I'm gonna have heart disease if I keep sleeping this much. Let me know in the comments below, how much do you sleep? Are you trying to increase your sleep? Are you trying to decrease your sleep? And my mom has been trying to increase her sleep her entire life. My mom gets like 5.5 hours and she wants to get like 7.5 hours, and she always complains, oh, I don't get any sleep. My mom always complains she never gets enough sleep because I don't know why my mom has trouble sleeping, but some people do have trouble sleeping, and some people have all different troubles as regards to sleep. And then they're tired the whole day, and that's part of the problem of getting 5 hours of sleep, is you're tired the whole day. And when you do nothing all day like I do, like you just meditate all day, oh god, it's terrible. It's terrible. And you feel exhausted, and you're tired doing nothing, and the doing nothing exhausts you, so you want to get some exercise or get a full-time job or whatever. But oh god, life is awful. Anyway, so let me know in the comments below, how do you sleep? Do you want to get more or less sleep? Some people want different things at different times in their life. Please subscribe to this channel to be part of the community, and please like this video. It really helps the channel out a lot. Thank you for watching. Have a great day. Bye-bye.